Hey guys, happy Monday, number 2. And today my subject is Memory Lane Monday. I was actually talking to my 3 friends last week, and we were talking about things we remembered from like when we were kids and old TV shows. So that gave me an idea. I'm going to be talking about things that I personally remember, and you can I want to hear if you guys like remember any of it, or you're like, oh yeah, I had one of those, it was my favorite, or whatever. So just mention what you like. Starting with the food, sour cream and onion bugles. I don't know if you guys ever had any of those, but they were in a green box and they were like the epitome of deliciousness. I don't know why they quit making them, but I wish they still did. They were really good. That was just something random I remembered. Next one is the Wonder Balls. They were like this chocolate and it came in a box. Um, and it had like candy or something inside, and usually it was like Disney or Nickelodeon something. It was like either candy or stickers or something, and I don't know if you guys remember those. Okay, third one is the bug juice things. They were like, you could get them at the gas station. They weren't anything special. It was like Kool-Aid in a little water bottle with like a squirt top, and I just really like those for some reason too. I don't know if you guys ever got those. Next one is the crispy M&Ms, and they weren't ever my favorite, but I found them when I was in Australia actually, and I got a small bag, and I forgot how good they really were. They kind of remind me of the pretzel M&Ms, but I don't even really know what it was. I guess it was like cookie on the inside or something, but those were good. I haven't seen those in a really, really long time. This is the last food item, and I'm so glad they sell it again. It's so delicious. And I really like this, and I'm glad they started making it again. I bought a 12 ounce, not 12 ounce, a 12 pack before I came back to school, and I've already finished them, but the stuff is great. So that's the last of the food, and now we are going to move on to toys. First of all, I don't know if you guys remember that random Barbie that was like, I think it was like a pregnant Barbie, and it had like the creepy stomach that like came off and the baby fit in it, and I never had one of those. But I guess I used to want one, and now that I think they're really weird. Um, and that's like a weird franchise. But me and one of my friends were talking about that fairly recently, and I had just thought of it again when I was making this video, and I was just like, that was weird. Next one is the Sock'em Boppers. I think that's what they were called. And they were like the blow up punching glove type things. And I never had one of those, but at one point my grandma had just one in the playroom, so it wasn't as fun as the crazy commercials, which you should look up because I still remember the song and you will probably still remember it. And if you don't, you will remember it forever after you watch the commercial for sure. The next one, I'm not sure why it really caught on again. Furbies. Why the heck are these coming back? And who thought to bring them back? And they're annoying and they're weird and kind of freaky. I saw them displayed at Walmart over the Christmas break, and they were $50 a piece. No thanks. And those are something in my list that I think should just stay back in the 90s. Okay, next one is the Skip It. I don't know if you guys remember that, but it connected to your ankle and you hopped around pretty much like a moron. It was like jumping rope by yourself with one leg. So those were really weird, but I really liked them. And I actually saw one over break too, and I actually like skipped it in the aisle. And my brother was like, "You're a freak. What are you doing?" Okay, the next one is the Bop It. And I don't know why they like have a lot of toys with it at the end of the title. That's another thing I noticed, a lot of them are like that. But Bop Its, those are really cool. I love those things, but I would get really mad because those darn things talk so fast and you're like, oh, I can't get it. But those were fun, and I would probably still play with one if someone had one. Okay, the last one for this category are the Polly Pockets, and not the really, really, really tiny ones, but the one like the smaller ones with like the rubber clothes. I had so many of those, and I had like two of the cars, things like that. And I would always like lose the shoes or they'd get broken, but I really like those, and I really had a lot of those too. Now, moving on to music. Um, Backstreet Boys is the first one. And admit it, you can still sing I Want It That Way. Same applies for NSYNC and Bye Bye Bye. Okay, the next one is the Blue song. I'm Blue, whatever. I can't remember who sang it. Eiffel something. But if that came on the radio, I'd probably still know a lot of the words. This is my last one. I couldn't really remember a whole lot of the music, but Britney Spears was probably my favorite. I actually had a Britney Spears folder in kindergarten, so don't hate on that. I can actually remember that. But she was like my idol when I was in elementary school. It's not so much now. The final category I have is TV. First show I have is Hey Arnold. This is one that me and my friends have been talking a lot about lately. I never really liked the show when I was a kid, but for old time's sake, I watched it on Netflix, caught up on some of the episodes, and it's hilarious, and it has a lot of jokes that you wouldn't get when you're elementary school age, and now you're like, oh, were they even allowed to do that? But and the music was good. It had like some jazz style score that was really good. But that's a good show. The next one may have been more in the 2000s, not the 90s, but who cares? I kind of merged the two. But My Life as a Teenage Robot, that show, it was good. It was really good. I don't really know what to say about it, but I really liked it, and it didn't last very long. I wish it did. The next one I have is any cheesy Disney Channel original movie. Watching these now that you're older makes you really wonder what was so good about them in the first place. Um, oh, what was it? There was like a mermaid one. Um, when the boy turns 13, and then he like turns into a mermaid, and I thought that one was so good. And then it was on TV. Um, Fairly while back, but I remember watching it and I was like, why did I even really like this? It's so dumb. But that was just one of the ones I could remember off the top of my head. Okay, the next one was All That slash The Amanda Show, because they were kind of the same thing, just different actors. Um, they were awesome skits that didn't really make much sense, um, but they were hilarious. Okay, to wrap up this awesome flashback memory lane of awesome things of our childhood episode, Rocket Power. That was my show. I always wished I could do like the amazing stunts that the kids did. And me and my neighbor would actually go outside and pretend we were them, and we would do crazy stunts on our bikes, pretending to be as cool as these kids were, but really it was just riding down the hill really fast or doing stupid stuff. But that show was really good, and I kind of wish I was a kid again. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Monday number 2. I'm in a better mood this week. Things went a lot better. I'm getting along more with that girl that was in my little group that I said I didn't really get along with last week. I haven't gotten locked out again. Not much homework, things of that nature. So I don't really have anything to tell you to look forward to next Monday because I don't have any ideas yet. But I miss you guys. Enjoyed seeing your videos this week. So I will just see y'all next Monday.